Okay, I started again. I deleted the last few files because it inadvertently included some other people's information that I'm working to leave out. So I'm still trying to keep any information I can as private as possible, and only posting what I urgently, emergently need to post in defense of self and others, since I'm not being allowed any opportunity to work with the video editing program that would let me block out the last few digits of a phone number or things like that. This is my waterproof camera, so it's kind of the least best for audio, but you might or might not be able to hear somebody who can enhance the audio. All the ruckus going on right outside my window in the background, meanwhile, including people actually audibly saying Facebook, Facebook, Facebook. So, anyway, hold on, the screen just went black. That was just on a timer. That was not manipulation, I don't think. If I try to click into the message at the very bottom, that's when it skips down to where it shows some other party's information, so I'm avoiding that. Okay, so I'm going to click into from here, showing activity through July 23rd, and the first two that follow that in this set. Okay. Today is now August 4th, 2014. In case I'm fighting off effects of gas I'm being exposed to right now, toxic fumes. And I do know how that sounds without proper substantiation. So someone who needs it, if they review back, they will see proper substantiation. I'm just not able to piece it all into one file at the moment. This one is from July 19th. It shows a pattern of how I get bombarded and all, especially at critical junctures. It's from Dr. L, and I'm just having to show. I've posted texts from her before, including about how it'll be some catastrophe. I remember the word catastrophe. She does not get my thoughts under her control immediately, etc. And that is publicly posted to facebook.com/SNOEOAWC in the photo album Surge of Targeting Every 6th Year. It's titled something like that. But now it's at a max I've never experienced before, even myself, and I've experienced surges lifelong. In case I did not say so, this is my waterproof camera, so it's the least good for catching audio from the background. But someone who's able to enhance the background can hear all sorts of ruckus going on right outside my window, because my window is open to help ventilate. And then I'll go and get some fresher air as possible for my little dog Lyndall and me. Meanwhile, I have her as close to the window as I can get her to stay. Okay, so I'm needing to show, because I'm not able to get to a video editor where I can block out the last few digits, in urgent defense of self and others. This whole number for Dr. L, the person I believed to be my biological mom throughout my life, but I'm really wondering seriously now. And people following, or who are able to go back and see, will see why. And all I've been trying to do, the primary focus over the next couple of years, I was hoping I'd have the next couple of years to do so during the current post of the United Nations Special Rapporteur on Torture, Professor Juan E. Mendez, is to pull these things properly together. But right at the moment, I'm not even being allowed a moment's quiet enjoyment, a moment to think, even able to move an inch, basically, to either leave or stay. Every single thing is a setup. If I stay, oh my gosh, she's sick. She has agoraphobia. She cannot take care of herself. Da, 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 da. If I go anywhere, they have members of the ring and or the cult in place ready to say my behavior is odd. They need to call some ambulance or somebody for urgent medical attention. Or I snapped somebody's photograph without permission and therefore I committed some violation for which they need to call the police. Everything is a threat, threat, threat. Every move or failure to move that I make or don't make. And this is why I'm stuck here just having to post evidence right now without being able to do anything else. So that's what I'm doing. And all I really wanted to do was peacefully relocate and not get dragged into any litigation or any having to testify about anybody with regard to whether they should get their license reinstated that they've had suspended, such as my quote stepfather, Dr. M, for the last half dozen years under sex for drugs allegations, etc. In any case, let me go. I think I showed where this one came from. Okay, it's getting harder to speak and to breathe, but let me just do this as fast as I can. Go here. Okay. Okay. And I think they're deliberately making the temperature go up as well, unless that's just an effect from the gas. Quote just. Anyway, there. I'm going to try not to skip any steps, but I might miss a step under the current condition. Luckily, it's a rapidly fluctuating thing, what they cause, so. And no, I do not want anybody calling anybody locally to, quote, help me. I want to get the heck out of this jurisdiction. Thank you, and I should be allowed to do so. Instead of having to go through all of this nonsense. But it's very dangerous and threatening nonsense. And I have witnesses to what happened in Vegas. It started getting really ramped up from there to such a threatening state as is ongoing right now. With you and the same people who are musically inclined, the same quote music and all in the background. What was going on in Vegas, going on right here in Alabama. That was Vegas, Nevada, and here in Guntersville, Alabama. Closest major city being Huntsville, Alabama. Is that relevant? Yes. People who understand better, or if it had a chance to catch up better, will understand why. It has to do with National Aeronautics and Space Administration being based there. Oh gosh, now it's hard to... Let me try to focus on the screen better, okay? Okay. I don't get a moment to even breathe freely. This is an outrage. If something happens to cause me not to be able to speak for myself, someone, people please make sure that this is brought to the attention of the United Nations Special Rapporteur on Torture, Professor Juan Mendez. Ultimately, his reports are presented to the United Nations Human Rights Council. They are not law enforcement, but clearly they have a lot of influence. And the cursor on this phone, things like this keep happening, is not working for me to be able to click enter that way. So I'm having to find yet another workaround. It's my one workaround technically after the other to do anything that I should normally be able to do. But regardless, I'll keep doing what I need to do as best as I'm able. Oh, hold on. I didn't show exactly where that came from, that it's not just something I labeled there. I don't think I did anyways. Now I have. I bought fans and heaters. You'll know why I'm having this reaction. Check out the recent poster within the last week called Interesting Electrical Object. For one. Not the only relevant one on this matter. And if you get a chance to check on facebook.com/SNOEOAWC, the acronym for Stop Non-Consensual Experiments on All World Citizens, you'll also see my stepfather involved in removing evidence. He just said, we need to get these things out of here or something to that effect. I said exactly what he said when it was fresh in my mind. Right now, I'm not 100% of getting every word correct, but that's effectively what he said. And he was seen removing a fan, a quote fan. At least one of them had the one that's marked in the video marked Interesting Electrical Object, copyrighted by the Holmes Group. It had HOLMES. I don't know. I'm not familiar with them. Had a place for an earphone, for volume, etc., but yet no place to put music. So I didn't get to check into it. Under regular circumstances, I would have liked to check and verify certain things about it. But I've had to just post some things just that are suspicious or of interest without being able to get the confirmation I normally would like to under proper working conditions. Because of all this garbage taking place, and anybody who can filter to hear the background better, they're repeating all sorts of things, primarily the word Facebook over and over. And there's vehicles dashing back and forth right in front of the driveway, just outside the open window and all. I don't remember now if I showed the where this originated from. That's not like me sending it to myself. And the reason I have this concern to stop and show this is I have what looks like things going on where there's like somebody is actually, in addition to other manipulations, making it look like I've sent something multiple times that I've only sent once, etc. And orchestrating timing on when messages come in and go out. For example, voicemails left from my cousin in New York, all of a sudden, being held for weeks to months, and then him all of a sudden getting them dumped into his voicemail box. one. Oh wait, I don't know if I showed where that came from. Yeah, that one's, yeah, it might be relevant because of the car key mention. Okay. It's getting darker right now. I don't have the light on in here, but okay. Let me keep going. They told me I wouldn't be safe driving out, and that it was storming at a night, that the weather was fine too. At least there was certainly no storm. Oh shoot, I know I missed that one. Okay, hold on. I need to click this. I can't simply click the cursor because that mysteriously stopped functioning, among other things. I just mysteriously stopped functioning. I would not be surprised if this battery mysteriously goes from being fully plugged in and charging to dead. But in any case, oh jeez, I think I did this. I'm sorry. See, this are the effects of the gas kicking in here. I'm fighting it as best as I can, as long as I can. Okay. I was hoping these were just terror tactics, but I don't know if I showed where one came from. Okay. But apparently it's worse than that, so I waited several days to come to that conclusion. I'm not easily disconcerted by any means. People who've been following me since at least 2007, that I've been posting regularly, really before that, but everything disappeared from 2006 before 2007, so I generally refer back to where I can readily show, which is 2007. Know that I don't spook easily by any stretch or anything like they're trying to make out now, the powers that be. They're trying to spook me on the one hand. They're trying for evidence not to go up about it. So then they're trying to make it look like, oh my gosh, she's paranoid, she's delusional, da 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 da. And they're trying to scare me. If I show the evidence, oh, well then I'm violating somebody's privacy, and then I'll get gotten for that, and, you know, etc., etc., etc. It goes on and on. No end in sight. And I cannot stand it. I mean, who can live like that? And it is life-threatening, and certainly livelihood-threatening. Oh gosh, I don't remember if I showed this one. I'm sorry guys, I'm doing the best I can. Okay. I'm almost to 20 minutes, and that's about the most that people who are helping can get up without it being prevented from the people who are trying to prevent it from going up.